Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum everyone. If you're new here, my name is Iman. I'm the author of The Believer's Book of Magic, a 29-day guide to attracting abundance through gratitude. Alhamdulillah. So, welcome to Iman's Daily Dose. Welcome back to Iman's Daily Dose. It's been a while since I've had this. But Alhamdulillah, I just feel like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala spoke to me today that really I should start doing this, not only to share with the world, but for myself, inshallah. Really take that time to read a verse of the Quran and see how it relates to my daily life, inshallah. I'm not promising it's going to be daily, but obviously I'm going to try my best to see. Obviously I'm going to try my best to read the Quran to see how it relates to me in my day, but I'll also share things that I feel like are of significance. So today, alhamdulillah, earlier on today, I was speaking with a colleague and I had to go somewhere, and he said something and he was like, oh, well, you have to be careful because you're a woman, you don't want to be vulnerable. And I said to him, I'm like, oh, well, jokingly, I'm like, oh, well, I'm never really alone. I'm always with my Lord and he's always protecting me, right? And he said, oh, well, when something happens, your Lord is not going to be there to protect you. And I'm like, not me. My Lord is Al-Hafiz. Like, I'm good. I can walk through the valley of the shadows of the darkness, whatever it is. I can walk wherever I walk, knowing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with me and He's protecting me and He's guiding me, right? So I said this, but before this interaction, I had opened a verse of the Quran. I think it was in chapter Ashura. Ashura, right? Like guys, if you're a part of Iman's Daily Dose, you'll know that I do this often. I'm like, I say it and then I forget where I was. Anyway, so where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had spoken about how what did he say? Okay. He had said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had said that, had it not been for His word, we would all have the same beliefs. Had it not been for a word that came before, we would all have the same beliefs. We would all see the world the same. We would all agree, with La ilaha illallah. We would all have that same yaqeen in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We'd all have faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has decreed for us all to see the world differently, to view Him differently, to believe in, to have different beliefs, this is just kind of what it is. And later on, I forgot about that interaction, and then I opened up these verses, alhamdulillah, in Surah Taha, chapter 14, ayah 149. Is it a chapter? Is it a verse? Is it a verse? It's a verse. It's an ayah, right? 128 onwards, he says, then then has it not become clear to them how many generations we destroyed before them as they walk among their dwellings? Indeed, in that are signs for those of intelligence. And if not for a word that proceeded from your Lord, i.e. a punishment would have been an obligation due immediately, and if it not for a specific term decreed. So be patient over, this is what I wanted to get to, right? So be patient over what they say and exalt Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with praise of your Lord before the rising of the sun and before its setting, and during periods of the night exalt Him, and at the ends of the day, that you may be satisfied. And do not extend your eyes towards that by which we have given enjoyment for some categories of them. It's being but the splendor of worldly life by which we test them, and the provision of your Lord is better and more enduring. And enjoin prayer upon you and upon your family and people, and be steadfast therein. We ask you not for provision, we provide for you, and the best outcome is the house of righteousness. Alhamdulillah, right? Alhamdulillah. Oh, alhamdulillah. I feel like it's so relevant to what it is that I had experienced today, right? Like, we see so many times people, not necessarily just disbelievers, but people who have very different views from us, people who are maybe a little bit lacking in their akhlaq and their haya, in the way that they do things, or maybe let's just say they're not lacking, they're just very different from us. and we try our best, inshallah, and they're trying their best in their own capacity most of the time. But there's so much discord between peoples in a lot. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that, you know what, you are responsible for yourself. Enjoin prayer upon yourself, your family, teach Islam, try your part, try your best to do your part. And alhamdulillah, that should be our focus. And even with this interaction with a colleague of mine, alhamdulillah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide him and guide us all to Islam, ameen. It was a reminder that, yes, they can have whatever it is that they can have. They can be living the life that they wish that they can live. But that is not for my eyes. That is not for me to covet. That's not for me to listen to or take as anything of significance, but it's just worldly life. What our focus on should be to be amongst the people of righteousness, of deen, of iman, of haya, of taqwa, of living for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the best of our abilities. And that's really, alhamdulillah, it really was like, it was a great reminder for me today, and that's why I'm sharing it with you. And I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses us, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our good deeds, inshallah. Ameen. And may we be amongst those who, see the world for what it is and covet the things that we ought to be coveting, right? Which is righteousness, prayer, living our lives for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we ask that He increases us and grant us independence always, ameen, from the desires and the things of this world in the best way, ameen. And may He bless us all with beautiful children, and may our children be perpetuators of the deen, ameen. Ameen. So that was my daily dose. If there's anything, inshallah, that you've encountered over the last day or few days, inshallah, that you'd like to share, please do so in the comments. Please please subscribe. Let me know who we are, just so you guys know. I do have a book that is available. You can get it through me as an ebook or Amazon as a paperback, about the joys of gratitude, inshallah. And also I have a 7-week gratitude healing program for all of my beloved sisters out there who are wanting to jumpstart their journey on being amongst those who live their lives for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with joy, with gratitude, with healing, ameen. And what else? I love you all for the sake of Allah. I love you all for the sake of Allah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.